Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. First things first, I wanted to go ahead and apologize for not uploading a video last Sunday. Life gets in the way sometimes, you guys know that, and last week was one of those times. It's been a really stressful day. I've been trying to record this video. This is probably my 9th attempt at recording this video. Why am I so cringy? And I'm really hoping this time it is successful. Basically, this week I put together a couple of college tips and tricks that I wanted to share with you guys. I found 10 total. I even made a spreadsheet. So before we jump into it, I want to shout out the athletic wear company that I'm wearing right now. They're called Just Strong. I talked about them a couple weeks ago when I did my unboxing video for Just Strong. I'm going to go ahead and link the video in the description as well as the Just Strong website, so if you guys want to check those out. So before I get interrupted again, I'm going to go ahead and jump into this. I just put these together for whoever's watching this video. If you're applying to college, if you're going to college for the first time, if you're transferring schools, or if you're about to graduate high school, these tips and tricks are for you. These are a few things that I learned in my own college experience, and I've been going to college for 3 years. So let's go ahead and get started. Number 1, don't be afraid to change majors. It happens all the time. Seriously, I guarantee there's not a single college student that you could ask that hasn't at least considered changing their major. Like me personally, I changed my major after my first year of college, and I'm about to change my major again. A sub tip for this tip is to consider community college. It is way cheaper and it allows you to do general ed courses. So if you do decide to change your major in the long run, all those courses that you took will still be able to apply to whatever major you choose. Number 2 is have fun. It's not all stress and textbooks and studying all the time. You should find some time in your college experience to just de-stress, relax, and focus on yourself. Self-care is the number 1 thing to focus on in college. And you should also make sure that you have time to go out with friends and socialize. Keep that connection to your high school friends, which is a tip that I'm going to mention later. I also mentioned that you should try doing something that you never saw yourself doing, something unpredictable. Change up your hair, get a tattoo, go get your nose pierced or something crazy that you never thought that you would do. If you find that college and school has been stressing you out lately, then consider taking a gap semester or a gap year, which is going to bring me to the next tip, which is tip number 3. Try doing a gap semester or a gap year at some point during your college experience. Honestly, in this generation, a gap semester or a gap year is inevitable. This is something that I wish I personally would have considered sooner. It's okay to want a break. College can be a lot to handle, especially if you're judging classes full-time and a part-time job. It's a lot to balance and a lot to focus on. So if you find that you're just getting a little too stressed out, just take a semester off. It's okay. Tip number 4 is try to get involved. You'll have more fun that way. You will meet a lot of your college friends through activities and clubs that you decide to participate in the first week of your college year. Clubs can be fun and they can help you figure out what your interests are if you're still trying to figure that out. But that also brings me to tip number 5, which is don't fret if you don't want to get involved. I'm gonna go ahead and admit I am a loner. I don't get involved in clubs and activities too often at school because I'd rather just spend the time with myself. I'd rather just watch Netflix at home or get ahead in my classes. That's just who I am as a person. And also, becoming involved in clubs and activities can seem like you're just adding more stress on top of everything else that you're trying to juggle. You can still make friends in your classes and you can still stay friends with the people that you were friends with in high school. Number 6 is if it's not going to matter in a year, then don't worry about it. This is something I constantly tell myself. This is gonna seem kind of bad, but skipping class every once in a while is okay, and it's not going to be the end of the world. If you know that you're not going to be missing anything important, then why do you go to that class when you can be focusing on something else? I do it because it helps me get ahead of my other classes, and it's not detrimental to the class that I'm skipping. But what I want you guys to do with this tip is that every once in a while, ask yourself, is this going to matter in a year? If the answer is no, then why are you letting it get to you so much? you know, if you don't do this test, if you don't pass this test, if you don't do this assignment, is it going to cause you to fail the class? Because then obviously it's going to matter in a year because you're going to have to make up that class. Number 7 is consider everything. You may find out that you're good at something you used to hate. This is some advice I actually received from a family member of mine a couple nights ago. And he's my uncle, and he basically told me that with this semester off that I'm about to take, that I should volunteer in tons of different jobs and I should try tons of different things, because you never know, you may find that you actually like something that you used to hate. My current major is elementary education, so maybe I'll go volunteer at a school for a week and see if I still want to teach. Basically, you never know unless you try. Don't let other people tell you what to do, and figure it out for yourself by doing a little bit of everything. Number 8 is never lose the connection you have with your high school best friends. Some of my best friends from high school are also my best friends right now. I can't imagine my life without my best friends now, and they're from high school, so I never thought that our friendship would last this long in the first place. It's just really nice to have that connection with people you know you're always going to be able to trust. And when worst comes to worst, through college or whatever you're dealing with, you always know that those friends are going to be there for you. Number 9 is avoid procrastination at all costs. This is something I struggle with personally. Procrastination will be the death of many college students. It's extremely hard to avoid, especially when your life is crazy busy and all you want to do is have a good night's sleep for once in your life. You'll definitely thank yourself in the future for avoiding procrastination though, which is why you guys should at least try. Whatever you have to do to motivate yourselves to finish an assignment, do it. Do it for yourself now so that your future self will thank you. Number 10, this is my last piece of advice, and it is the most important out of all 10 tips that I've given you guys. It is, college isn't a race, so stop making it a race. This is the number one thing that I've failed to realize throughout my entire college experience, and I really wish I would have realized it sooner. I felt like I needed to get college done in 4 years. Colleges encourage you to finish in 4 years because it's cheaper, and honestly, they just want you to choose their college and they want you to graduate from their college. I just felt like I needed to finish it in 4 years because that's what everybody else does. So I did some research for you guys to back up this tip, but on average, only 33.3% of all college students graduate within 4 years. That is only 1/3 of the entire population going to college. That means 2/3, which is the majority of college students, they finish it in more than 4 years. So why are you forcing yourself to go to college and try to get done in 4 years when everybody else is actually finishing it in more than 4 years? I just want you guys to learn to take your time and not to let your brain try to convince you that you have to finish in 4 years. As you guys know, I've been considering taking a gap semester in the fall, which is most likely going to happen. But I went to my Facebook friends for help with this because, you know, Facebook friends, they just know everything and they're great with advice. Everyone on Facebook told me to take the gap semester. And the number one comment that I got was, college isn't a race. Take your dang time and focus on yourself. I want you guys to know that college is the most stressful 4 or more years that you will ever take in your life. It is a very stressful time, even more so than high school. Just because college seems stressful doesn't mean you should add on to the stress by worrying about pointless things and trying to finish the race before anyone else does. Take your time, take care of yourself, and you will do just fine, I promise. That concludes today's video, and I want to thank you guys for tuning in with me today and just hearing me rant about my college life problems and everything else. But I really wanted to get these tips out to you guys because I didn't want you to go through the pain that I did of figuring them out on my own. So please take this advice and just have a great college experience, because college may be stressful, but it's freeing and it's really incredible. So you guys are gonna have a great time. Anyways, I'll see you guys next week.